everybody, this is Rue back again, and today we'll be looking at a special figure that I decided to pick up because I saw it at XIII 2017 Anime Central. If I know I didn't put up an update video about me going, but I really ran into some problems and I didn't think I was gonna go, and it was a last minute thing, so I ended up going anyway. Anyways, I don't think anybody who watches my videos was there anyway. I was dressed as Darth Vader, if you had to know, and Ghost Rider the second day. It was fun. It was great, just like always. And I saw this figure over there, and I was gonna pick it up, and I decided it was $180, and just really expensive for another Roxas figure. But and I looked up on eBay. I found one for about $90, including shipping. So I sent out for that, and here it is. And it looks great, even in hand. It's not actually just another Roxas repaint or resculpting. It is a whole new figure, and I will compare it to the first Playarts Roxas that came out. And other than that, I will be might be going to Midwest Anime. I will definitely post a video on that if I do decide to go. Anyways, let's have a quick look at the box. It's just like all the other Playarts Kai boxes. You've got the logos, all the logos here. We've got Roxas looking all awesome. We've got Flames, really cool design in the background. On the side, just a logo, just like always. And on the back, just the product shots and what poses you can get this figure into. Really nice. Japanese text, Square Enix, really cool. On the side again, Playarts Kai, and on the top, Kingdom Hearts. Nothing much on the bottom. This flap here is held on by magnets. All the Playarts Kais come with little flap openings. And in the inside, you can see there's no figure in there because I already took it out and I've been messing with it. And here's a little read up of Roxas if you'd like to pause that. And just a really cool picture of Roxas in the sunset. More read up here if you'd like to pause there as well. Anyways, really nice box. I can tell this is a select version figure, not a Chinese figure, because I actually ordered from an American seller who has a very good reputation of these figures. So I did get a select. This is not a Chinese version. And if I do know a thing about the Chinese versions, because I do reviews on those too, if you'd like to look at my older videos. Anyways, let's open this box and take a look at the figure inside. And here is Roxas out of the packaging, and as you can see here, he looks amazing. So much like the video game, so lifelike. I can't believe they were able to do this. Now, I had my doubts when I first saw the prototypes of this figure. Was the cloak gonna get in the way of his articulation? Is it gonna look weird and all this stuff? But I can see, and you can see that it just looks awesome. That doesn't mean that's not saying that it's a perfect figure. There are some flaws to it, and I'll go over that in a minute or so. But just as the most part, I am very satisfied with this figure. Definitely worth the money. Worth the $90. I don't know about the $180, but yeah, he's actually got more vibrant colors than the original Roxas. As you can see here, the paint is just amazing. The sculpting is great. But yeah, before we take a look at the figure closer, let's go through some of the accessories he comes with. As always, the Playarts Kai figures do come with a base and a stand. You have to assemble it yourself, which of course is very hard, and these stands are, to be honest, kind of useless. They just never work right for me. And of course, inside of the box there's instructions on how to put everything in place. And yeah, he also comes with a second head, which is cloaked, and it just looks awesome. It's got some scuffage there, but I think that was from me handling it too much. And yeah, it comes off. Anyway, he has no face underneath. It's just the mouth and the nose and whatnot. Everything else is painted black, which is cool. It's a nice effect. It makes him look all mysterious and whatnot. And it's pretty easy to put on. You just unplug him from that head and then put this one on. So yeah, He comes with the fisted hands that are already on him. He comes with a pair of open palm hands, which are nice. Nicely detailed, nicely sculpted. And of course it's just black paint. Yep. And he also comes with a pair of grasping hands that I've already put onto the Keyblades. Now, I keep them on the Keyblades because anyone who owns a Playarts Kai Kingdom Hearts figure knows how hard it is to put these hands onto the actual handles of these. You probably would have to put a blow dryer on to make the hands loose, because these handles are just too big for the hands and it just does not fit. And I nearly scraped skin off of me just trying to get the hands to get in there without a blow dryer because I didn't have one handy. But other than that, it's pretty nice. It's just a shame that I won't be able to get the hands off unless I want to go through pain putting them back in. Anyways, onto the Keyblades, which look awesome. They're just painted so well and sculpted so well. You got a pearlescent white that fades into a light blue. You've got some purplish blue here, powder blue, silver, and gold, and some nice dark bluish color on the top here, and it just looks really cool. Nicely done. I love this Keyblade. It might be one of my favorites, and it's a rainbow of color there, and just wonderfully sculpted. It comes with a chain as well. It's not a real chain, it's just plastic, but it is bendy, kind of bendy. I wouldn't try to bend it too much. And of course it comes with the Oath Keeper charm or keychain. Fairly sculpted. I think they could have done a better job with this because I think it's supposed to be Kyrie's little good luck charm. But anyway, that looks cool. And of course he comes with the dark counterpart, which is Oblivion, and it just looks so cool. It's amazing. I love the purple on black, and it just looks almost like metal, but it's not. Now let me get that to focus there. Look at that. I got some marks here because I was trying to get the hand in it. I would always bump into that, so that's my fault. Unfortunately, got some here too, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. It's a minor scratch. The handle looks cool too, if you can see past the hand. And it comes with a black chain, which looks cool. Crown there. Yeah. Now let's take a closer look at the figure himself. Taking a closer look at the figure, you can see all the detail and work they put into this figure. It's, like I said, it's not just the retooling of the old Roxas that from the old Playarts Kai, not the old Playarts Kai, but the first one that came out for the Playarts Kai range. Just looks amazing. He looks actually more, he has more of a sinister look to him, more than his original figure. Almost like a darker version of him. But just look at all that paint detailing in his hair, the sculpting, it just looks awesome. Look at that. The chains are all bendy, of course. They're not real chains, like I said, it's just plastic, but you can move them around. And of course there's no real paint to do on the actual cloak itself. It's just black. Ooh, I got a scuff there. I don't know if that's from a scratch, but... And it does a real good job at hiding some of the joints. The first figure I had of Roxas had a lot of joint problems, and even now the joints are starting to get loose on that figure, and I'll bring them in after this in a few minutes to show a comparison of the two. Even the shoes are nice. They got the gray. I don't know if they're boots or whatnot, but they've got some nice wrinkles in his shoes and all that. And the pants underneath, they're just black. These nice wrinkles. And yeah, I love how this is a separate piece to allow for more movement in the figure. Anyways, to take off his head, you just really unplug him. You want to be careful. He comes off at the neck, and you just want to put this on. There's a hole there, and there's a peg there, and you just finagle it. Oh, before that, there's this piece you take off too as well. Forgot to mention that. Then it should fit in just like that. Now you got the hooded Roxas version, and that looks awesome. The hood is a separate piece, so sometimes you do see some light from there, but that's okay. Playarts Kais are known for showing a lot of their joints, and just like any other figure, you just unplug the hand and you put this one in. Now, a problem with this one, if I can get this in, is that this piece right here gets in the way of the Keyblade, so it's really hard to put these other hands in, especially while they're holding the Keyblade. It's kind of hard, but you can get them to hold it. Okay, you just plug that in. It's kind of hard, but once you get the pegs and the holes situated, they should fit in right perfectly, and they get easier to plug in and out as time goes on. Yeah, so he got all these, got his 2 Keyblades on. Very cool. You can get a lot of different poses with him based on the articulation, and you could even bring in your old Playarts Kai figures that you do have and have them pose. I do have Roxas here. Let's get on to articulation though before we do some comparisons. Now, for the hooded Roxas, he doesn't have a lot of movement. You could move it around a little bit, but if you do move it around, sometimes his neck likes to fall off like that. So I'll just put this one back on, and I'll show the articulation for that. So his head does go up, fairly up, goes down. If you do move him too down, you can't see the joint right there, so you got to be careful with that, just like in the original figure. And you got some head tilt, and you can move his neck around, and he's got a lot of movement there. His hands can go in and out. They're on a ratchet, forwards, backwards. You got to be careful with this one. It's starting to get loose, and it always falls off of the peg here, so you got to be careful. There is no butterfly joint, but he can move his wrists. I mean, he does have a bicep swivel. I got to be careful. He's got a double jointed elbow. His wrist can rotate. The forearm can rotate as well. The wrist can rotate, and due to this little piece, separate piece here, he can actually move it in and out as well. He's got a lot of waist movement here, and he does have ab crunch to a certain extent, so you can get a lot of good poses. See? And for his legs, this is where it kind of gets hindered a little bit, not too much. They actually did an ingenious thing where they made these 2 separate, but at the same time that the zipper stays in like that. It's 2 separate pieces. And there's also a separate piece here so that you can move his legs. So his legs can go forwards, backwards, in and out. He's got a double jointed knee right here. Thought it was double jointed. Yeah, it is double jointed. It's a little bit hindered by the cloak, and of course his feet are articulated as well, up and down. He's got toe articulation to a certain extent. He's got some ankle pivot, but not much. No, not a lot of ankle pivot, unfortunately. But he's got pretty decent articulation for a figure that is cloaked. It's always hard to give these kinds of figures good articulation, but it's pretty decent for what he is. And now, just before I end this video, I want to compare the 2 Roxas figures that are currently in the Playarts Kai line. I've got the original Roxas here and the hooded Roxas. And as you can see already, his head is a lot bigger than his, just by looking at them side by side. It's just a lot bigger. Or he has a bigger face. Something's weird. His eyes are also bigger than this Roxas. These eyes are just huge. The hair is pretty much the same, except when you look at it from the back, it's a lot different. Even the side profiling is a lot different. See in the back, it's almost differently styled. If I can get that to focus. Yeah, it's a lot different. His head's big. And you can see more of his joints on this one. Yeah, so that's kind of weird. And he has more spikes in the organization one. So yeah, the skin tone is also different just by a little bit. But yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards this one as the better one. Just in terms of his face. I don't know about the actual rest of the figure. And just quickly, I can show you the two Keyblades. They're painted differently. There's more paint on this one actually. I love the paint on the organization version. There's paint on this one, but it's really less. It's less paint. And it's just duller in general. I thought it was just dust that was collecting onto it, but it's not. It's actually the actual paint. Even with Oblivion, there's more color on this, the new one, than this one. A lot more paint. Even the handle is painted differently. Maybe it's just because I've had this for a long time, but I don't think so. See, look at that. In terms of height difference, they're pretty much the same. Of course, the joints on this Roxas is kind of getting loose from time to time, from just the time that I've had him. His joints is kind of loose. So just push him a little bit, and his whole front just starts to fall down. And you can see some nasty joint seepage there. Look at that. Oh, you can see his joints. And even, I just noticed this the other day, you can see his whole back has no jacket on there. So that's kind of off-putting. And his neck, you can see a lot of the joints there, which is also off-putting, but overall it's still a pretty good figure, and I like him a lot. But, yeah. That's just a comparison of those two figures right there. Just pan out there. One quick comparison, I've also have the other figures, the other two only figures that I have on the Kingdom Hearts Playarts Kai range. I have here Riku and I have Sora. So yeah, that's just how they scale with each other. I do realize I'm missing the Dream Drop Distance Sora, Dream Drop Distance Riku, Tron Sora, Tron Riku. I really don't want to get those other ones because they're very expensive and they're just basically retoolings of these figures. I wish they would come out with more characters like Kairi or even Goofy or Donald or even Axel, or some of the organization members would be cool as well. And Xehanort. I have heard that they're going to release an Aqua figure, and they do have Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, which is already out at this time, but he's $200+, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait till the price drops a little bit. So what's the verdict on this figure? I would definitely get him, just because he had such a major part in the story, and just because he looks so cool in this cloak. And I would hope they'd release more Organization 13 members, or even Xehanort, like I said, but just looks awesome. Really cool. It's worth it if you can get it for the right price, but even if you can, I would definitely try and get it. I know it's not for everyone, but the articulation is there, the sculpting is there, the accessories are little, but they are effective. I mean, little in numbers, not technically little, but yeah, it's definitely worth a pickup. And the only thing I can say is I wish they would release a Terra, Aqua, and Ven armored version figures. Oh, I would definitely go out and get those, but I'll make do with what they have now. Anyways, that's my review. Thanks for watching. Like the videos, rate the video, and if you like these videos, subscribe if you want. Anyways, this has been the review of Playarts Kai Kingdom Hearts 2 Roxas Organization 13 figure. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.